Today we're jumping into day number 84, when God establishes what man cannot force. Welcome back to the Blue Collar Bible Guy podcast. As always, my name's Mike, and I'm the Blue Collar Bible Guy. Today we're on day 84 as we cover the entire Bible in a year, and we're looking at 2 Samuel chapter 3 through 5. We're watching something unfold very slowly. God is removing Saul's house and establishing David's, but not quickly, not clearly, and not without problems. So let's get into it. A long struggle, chapter 3. In verse number 1, we read, "Now there was long war between the house of Saul and the house of David, but David waxed stronger and stronger, and the house of Saul waxed weaker and weaker." So let's sit here for a moment. It's a long war. That's how God describes it. Not quick, not easy, not immediate victory. So what's happening? Abner, Saul's general, is holding things together on the other side, but eventually, even he turns toward David. Not out of pure motives, but because of conflict and pride. Then things get messy. Joab, David's commander, kills Abner. Not justice, but revenge. And David's response to this matters. In chapter 3, verse 39, we read, "And I am this day weak, though anointed king." David recognizes something. He has position, but not full control. What this means is, even when God puts you somewhere, you may not have full authority yet. And that tension's hard. Next, we're going to look at chapter 4 and see ungodly actions still have consequences. Two men assassinate Ishbosheth. They bring his head to David, expecting reward, just like before. And just like before, they're wrong. Verse number 11 reads, "How much more when wicked men have slain a righteous person in his own house upon his bed? David has them executed." There's a pattern here. David refused to build his kingdom through shortcuts, manipulation, or ungodly methods. And that's extremely rare. Back then, and right now. Most people will justify bad methods if the outcomes benefit them. David will not. In chapter 5, we see God establishing David. Finally, the moment comes. In chapter 3, we read, "So all the elders of Israel came to the king to Hebron, and they anointed David king over Israel." Now don't rush past that. This took years of waiting, years of running, and years of conflict. Then comes this statement in verse number 10. "And David went on and grew great, and the Lord of hosts was with him." That's the difference. God was with him. And David keeps asking God. In verse 19 we read, "And David inquired of the Lord, saying, Shall I go up to the Philistines?" Even now, as king, he still asks. So what does this mean for us? We need to know that God establishes what man cannot force, and he does it slowly, intentionally, and eventually completely. So here's the big truth from this text. If you try to shortcut your way to what God's promised, you may get there faster, but you won't get there right. David refused the shortcuts, and because of that, God established him. So our challenge for today, I want you to ask yourself, am I trusting God to establish what he's promised, or am I trying to force it myself? And am I willing to do things the right way, even if it takes longer? Think on those things tonight and be honest with yourself. Where do you stand on those questions? Again, I want to remind you, if you have any comments or questions, email me, bluecollarbibleguy@gmail.com. And for now, I want you to stay in the Word, stay faithful, and remember, small obedience done daily builds a strong faith over time. And I will see you next time.